Mr. Bailey, say hi. Hi guys, me Ellie again, and we're going to be doing a speed build. Um, this one is kind of like a mid-century home. We'll just jump into it and I'll talk about it while we're looking at it. So I try to do like a mid-century, again, a micro home. All I build is micro homes. Actually, the inspiration for this was like a regular. It was like a three-bedroom mid-century home that I built for my Sims, and I put it up on the gallery, and it actually did pretty good on the gallery. But like pretty good, I mean it's got like 14 downloads, which is really good for me. We're just not going to worry about this floor plan. I actually towards like after I furnish everything, I realized, oh, I didn't build a roof, and we just move everything around. But the goal for this was to have like, one of those like sunken lounge rooms you see in like, I don't know, like older houses. Those ones you see on TV. I'm not that old, so like I don't know. But I always think those look cool. And then kind of like a larger bedroom. Cuz I usually just do a bedroom that's like 6 tiles, 3 for the bed and then like some space for walking. So I decided to do something a little bit bigger. It's 8 tiles. um But besides that, we have when you walk in, the door is going to be like right next to that first one. There it is. There's the front door. And there's the lounge room that I'm making. And there's going to be a nice kitchen that has like upper cabinets, range hood, really just, I think just like a blast from the past. What I imagine the past looked like, because I was not with us. um, but I tried to go with like a nice like blue theme, blue and orange, because those colors just like really speak to me right now, but also bringing it back with some like, wood tones, and there's a little bit of green in that carpet. But just, I don't know, I've been going through a lot of the sorts, because you can, behind my face, about right about like there's a little button where you can filter items, and I was like looking through the filters and I saw the mid-century stuff and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. So I started building a lot. This is like my pile of things I want to include inside of the house that I'm building right now, outside. But there's a lot of stuff from like tiny living, of course, the bowling pack, and there's a couple things from cottage living just for like the kitchen. I think I used a parenthood stove in there. So working on this bedroom right now, and this is where I realized I cannot fit in a dresser and that desk. I will continue to struggle with that desk and the dresser in the future. So just be prepared for that. I decided that like that looked good what I have right there for the bedroom. However, I was like, that is a very high end table, because as someone who wears glasses, I put my glasses right there on my nightstand, and that is very high up compared to like, oh, this is where we get to the roofs, compared to like where I would like, I don't want to take off my glasses and reach all the way up, right? So this is where I decide that this doesn't look right, and I start moving rooms around, which I, at this point in the building process, started just laughing because it was so absurd. Just like imagine if you hire like a contractor to like work on your house and like build the house, and they build it, and then suddenly they're like, I don't know how to roof this. We're gonna tear this thing down and just like rearrange the rooms. Absurd, right? But we do end up making it a little bit more boxy, and just having two like rather large boxes just like that, and we're just gonna move the bathroom in the back. I'm gonna roof it for now, but I'm gonna realize that isn't gonna look good, and I'm just gonna move it right behind the lounge room, so I can just have like a bigger, like fuller kitchen with like the the fridge like attached. But also I realize now that this is where I about realized that you can't get into the lounge room from the kitchen because there's a wall there and the fridge is blocking it, so then I move everything. But it all works out in the end. And we're about to get to my favorite part, which is where I like really put in like the flooring and the walls, which kind of just really just brings it back. You know what I mean? It just it just makes the whole thing look whole. So here I am, making sure that Sims can get past everything. They just need like a half a tile gap to like walk. And that's always very handy just to turn the grid on really quick. I hate like building with the grid, but it's really fun. Another thing that like really just makes these older homes like look nice for me, besides like the wood paneling on the walls, is just also wooden floors for some reason. Just lots of wood. They just love wood back in the day. um, this time I moved the roof. There we go. That looks great. And I'm just working on the outside, just wood tones, and I'm gonna put in a black roof, and then, you know, those like brown roof trims, then put down a foundation to match. Lots of windows. Like with tiny houses, especially like this, putting in a lot of like windows and natural light just makes the space feel bigger. And then it also gives you a chance to like put in curtains and stuff. Um, you know, extra decorations. The sad thing about it is, which is, it pains my heart. There's not a lot of room for like paintings and stuff on the wall in this house, so I didn't actually put any. As for like wall decorations, in the kitchen, we're actually gonna put in some upper cabinets, and then right by the door, I'm gonna have to move this door a couple times, putting in there's like a pseudo porch that we'll get to. Um, there's gonna be like that little calendar from Cats and Dogs that has dogs on it. I think it's adorable. So here we go with some landscaping. Um, I tried to like kind of go with the plants that were around in Oasis Springs. This is where we make that little pseudo porch. And then we just realized I should move the door. That'll just make it even with the space. Even with move objects, that is still infuriating. I'm moving my little pile of like stuff I need to include in the house. So, stuff I include in the house. I ended up putting the dresser back in and getting rid of the desk. I realized the desk isn't going to work out. They can just put a laptop on the table, like the dining room table, and just move it as you please if they have guests over. But it's a one sim house anyway, so like in reality they'll probably never use it. And it's also The Sims. How often do they actually use the dining room tables? Mine just like sit on the couch or like go in the bedroom, sit on their bed and eat, which is a mood. The chess table we actually end up putting out in the front once I get all the landscaping and everything done. So that's like the front landscaping. I think it turned out really good. And I'm just doing some, terrain paint, making it look like, the house has been there for a while. Gonna smooth that out just a little bit. That looks harsh. Oh my god. And one thing that I actually didn't end up putting, but I do, and you'll see it later when we actually look at the build, is a mailbox and a trash can. But I did put it up in there, and if you want to download this on the gallery, I'll link, like in the description, I'll put like my gallery name. I think it's the same as my YouTube name, BunnieMay. But that'll be down there. You can download it. It has everything you need. It is actually a starter home, which is wild for me because I usually just go ham on, how much things cost. But it's barely a starter home. I think it's like $16,000. No, 14. I don't know. But that little lot value that you can see in that top corner, in that drop down, that is everything that's on the lot plus the cost of the lot. So if you want to plop this down in your game in the same place, it's in Oasis Springs. It's the Agave Abode. If you find that, it'll be whatever that costs. I think it ends up being like $18,000. That cabinet I really like, the outer corner cabinet, because it has like those really cool plates and stuff in it, but I end up being like, oh, that doesn't actually look good here, like the roundness, because I want more harsh edges, if that makes sense. So I ended up just putting in an end piece counter. There's not a lot of decorations in here, honestly, but I just feel like I play with the walls down most of the time. It's a very small house, so Oh, okay, so in here, I find these like really cute, those curtains. Adorable. They totally match the room and the vibes that I was going with, so I was so excited about that. But other than that, besides me just like plopping in everything for the bathroom right here, which is totally fully functional, they can just walk right over that shower to get to the sink and the toilet. It's it's done basically, just like some little things. Me moving that up. If you press the 9 and 0 keys when you have move objects on, you can just move things up and down, which is like you can't usually move mirrors up and down, but with that cheat you can. What else? Yeah, just some back landscaping. I'm realizing now that it costs a lot. So instead of completely filling it up, I just put some on like the corners. I eventually delete that tree in the back. My thought process was, why do we need a tree in the back? I'm not going to look at the back. I'll be looking at the front. The people in the gallery are going to see the front. They aren't going to see the back. So I eventually just kind of move everything, space it out so I don't spend that much on landscaping, because landscaping can add up. So I eventually just move everything around, and that's about the house. I think I look at it one more time and I end up putting in a rug somewhere. Oh, in the bedroom right there. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna cut to the clip where we look into the house. But thank you for watching. If you want to download this, it's on the gallery. I'll put like my gallery name in the description. And remember to leave a like if you liked the video. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, and here's the build. So I did end up putting a mailbox on it, and then on the side over here is the trash can. So outside we have the chess table, lots of plants and everything. If we plop inside, once you come in into this kitchen slash dining area, that is open to this like sunken lounge area. That TV is also a bookcase and a radio, so it has basically everything your sim will ever need. Right when you walk in to the right, there is this little bedroom. It has a little guitar, so lots of skill building items here. And then right back behind the living room is the bathroom, which is fully functional. Again, your Sims can walk right over that shower to get to the toilet and the sink. And that's the build.